Hello, thank you for joining me today again on the Church History Trail. And as you can see, we're at Movilla Cemetery, which is in NEWTOWNARDS. And there's a wee billboard here, which we're going to have a wee look at. And there's a few war graves in here, but there's also three people who are mentioned on this billboard. And as you can see, one of them is BLAIR MAYNE, the SAS hero. And it says here, Movilla Cemetery. Movilla Abbey was founded in the 6th century and is associated with St. Finian. It was catastrophically raided by the Vikings in 824, but was reconstructed by Augustinian monks in the 12th century. Most of the visible remains on the site today date to between the 13th and 15th centuries. While many local people are buried here, three are of historical note. Reverend Archibald Warwick of Columba Presbyterian Church, who was executed by public hanging outside his church in 1798. James Francis, veteran of the US Civil War, and Lieutenant Colonel Robert BLAIR MAYNE. BLAIR PADDY MAYNE, 1915 to 1955, was a keen sportsman and made his Ireland rugby debut in 1937. He was capped only 3 times before being selected for the Lions tour of South Africa in June 1938. He received 3 more caps for Ireland and seemed destined for greater sporting success when the Second World War prematurely ended his rugby career. Upon entering the war, Mayne became one of the original SAS, or Special Air Service. From 1941 to 1944, he led many successful raids across the Middle East and Europe. In 1944, he was appointed commander of the 1st SAS Regiment. Mayne received the Distinguished Service Order DSO 4 times. The French government awarded him the Croix de Curie and the Légion d'Honneur. He received the citation for the highest military honour, the Victoria Cross, but was turned down. Mayne survived the war, but tragically he died aged 40 in a road accident in his native NEWTOWNARDS in 1955. The graves of these 3 men are located to the left of this lectern. Mayne's grave is located centre of the 2 gable ends of the old abbey. It is side on to the exterior cemetery wall. Now I've tried to locate, I was able to find BLAIR MAYNE's grave, but I can't find the other 2, the Archibald or James Francis. I should know where James Francis is because I was actually at an event at James Francis in my reenacting days. He was a Civil War veteran, so hopefully I will be able to locate those 2 graves at some stage, and then I will be able to do a wee video on them. But we're going to have a wee look at the monastery, what's left of it anyway, and we will also have a wee look at BLAIR MAYNE's grave. And there's some very old graves in here, and it's just unfortunate that I had a good look, but I just can't remember where the James Francis grave is, and I've never seen the Archibald one. I had a good look for them, but I couldn't find them. And James Francis, he was a Civil War veteran, and he actually joined us up in 1864, and he was in a fight in New York, the 69th New York, and so he joined up actually when the war was really in its last, because it ended in 1865, and so he would have known exactly what was happening. He would have known of the deaths and the carnage. It wasn't at the start of the war that he joined up, where people didn't know and were all excited, but he actually joined up towards the end. And so he came to NEWTOWNARDS. You come back here, and he's buried in this cemetery, and you can see the Abbey from here, or at least what's left of it. And BLAIR MAYNE's grave is just located facing that wee crypt there. But I'll be able to show you that, okay? I was able to find that. The last time I was here, there was no billboard here. So it was great to have the billboard, but I still couldn't find them other two graves, unfortunately. So a good bit of history here in Movilla Cemetery. There was a bit of a dispute also, it is said, between I think it was Columba, if I remember rightly, and Finian, and there was a bit of a dispute over a manuscript, because Columba said that St Finian had copied it, and so there was supposedly a bit of dispute over that. And so there's the grave there of BLAIR MAYNE, and I'll just zoom in and let you see that. Lieutenant Colonel Robert BLAIR MAYNE, and then it goes on, died 14th of December 1955, and then also Margaret BV Mayne, wife of above William Mayne, died 25th February 1956. But that's Colonel Robert BLAIR MAYNE's grave, and as you can see, there's some wreaths here at the grave and flowers, and also in one of the wreaths there you can see the wee soldier, and there's a wee inscription there on that beside the wee cross there, if I can make that out. We died and suffered so you may live. Who dares wins. Of course, who dares wins is the motto of the SAS. And so there you are. That's the grave to Lieutenant Colonel Robert BLAIR MAYNE. And so thank you for joining me today on the Church History Trail.